Flower folks, welcome to Sheer Inspirations. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a perennial called winter jasmine. This is a great time to go ahead and add this plant. This can be grown as a vine or ground cover. This is hardy from zone 5 all the way till zone 10. As far as the total height is concerned, it grows up to 4 feet tall and about 5 to 7 feet wide. Now for width, as you can see, it has different stems coming out of this one plant right here. And what I'm wanting to do is once they get long enough, I'm going to go ahead and train this on this this grill that I have for my garden, and I will go ahead and grow it on that as a trellis. This can also be grown as a ground cover. As I said earlier, you can grow it as vine or ground cover. This blooms in the worst of winter, shining through the winter grays from January all the way till March, with yellow flowers on starting at the bottom of the stem going upwards. Now it will bloom for you depending on how cold the winter has been for you. For me, I think this is the first year I've grown this. I think it will probably bloom for me in January, since daffodils bloom for me at that time. So it will depend on when frost is, and if there's frost in January, then it will stop blooming, and then it'll start again in February. So it continues on throughout. I have seen some videos where people were sharing the flowers blooming and there was snow on the ground. So it is very hardy. I obviously don't have any snow here. I am in Southern California, high desert, zone 8B, and fall and summer is a great time for all milder zones to go ahead and add perennials. In general, perennials can be added in fall no matter where you live, because that gives them the chance to go ahead and establish a root system, so they can go ahead and shoot up in the springtime or late winter in this particular scenario and go ahead and grow flowers on it. This does spread via suckers. I have a brand new plant here, so I'm not so worried about suckers. However, if you are worried about suckers and having it spread, you can go ahead and pull them and share them with a different area of the garden, or share them with friends, plant friends or family members who would like to grow this vine. The flowers are yellow and are not fragrant, unlike your normal jasmine, so that's something to consider. However, it adds color in a time of the year that nothing else is blooming, so that's totally a plus. It is pest resistant as well as pollution tolerant, and that is a wonderful quality for a plant to have, because you don't want anything that would be a pest buffet. It does have enough long stems for you to cut. That's another thing whenever you're adding perennials, you want to keep in mind that are you able to cut. As far as sun requirements, I have it in partial sun, because my sun is so hot here in the desert. However, you can go ahead and plant this in partial shade as well. I'm sorry, full sun as well, if you are in the northern states where it's cooler. Just make sure you are not below zone 5, as it would not survive the winter there. Very easy to grow, of course very cold hardy, as I've mentioned, down to zone 5, which is really good, and it would bloom from January to March. As far as pruning is concerned, I am planning on pruning this as I cut flowers. So basically, instead of deadheading and allowing the flowers to go on, I would come out and I would cut the flowers to use for cut flowers in the winter. That's my plan. However, if you're just growing it on a trellis or an arbor, you can go ahead and come out and prune as you deadhead wherever the flowers are. So the energy is going back into the root system instead of producing seed. As far as how the ways you can grow it, you can do arborist trellis, and you can also do it cascading down a wall, and I've seen that look really nice. It does look very nice in live wreaths if you want to make those in the wintertime, depending on when it starts to bloom for you. It does last a while if you provided a little bit of a watering system in those little tubelets behind the wreaths, but that's as far as going cut flowers. The vase life is concerned, it lasts anywhere from 5 to 7 days in the vase, and like I've mentioned before, it starts from the bottom and goes all the way up. And I think I covered it all. Yeah, I think I got it all. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.